Stampin' Buddies. I am Riley, and today we're going to be doing special delivery January 2026 kit. And I can't even get it open here. There we go. Finally.
You gonna explain what you're doing?
I am cutting open the package.
All right.
So I can get.
All the parts and pieces.
Yep. These plastic things these days are just so hard to open.
I think you're going through both bags for the the tape and the package. Did you tell them what kit you're doing?
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll get it open. Oh, you're losing some of the pieces. They're cut out really good. So what card are you going to do? All right. You want me to do the announcement or you want me to do the card? The card?
Yeah, I'm out.
You're out. All right. Well, Riley's out. So this is the January 2026 special delivery paper pumpkin kit. I'm just going to do one card quick because I'm going to come on later and we're going to do some more cards. But since she started, I'm going to go ahead and finish. So she thought we would do that one. I hate to disappoint because it looks like we might have somebody watching. We'll see. So if you're joining live, let me know where you're joining from. Welcome. And this is Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. Usually late night Lori. And I'm usually on closer to midnight. But my granddaughter started out showing off this kit and has decided she changed her mind. So when I get my paper pumpkin kits, usually what I do is I just break up all of my pieces and kind of get them sorted. She was kind of flying through stuff without giving any narration. So This is special delivery for January 2026. I got my kit today. Usually I get mine sometime between the 18th and the 20th. The Paper Pumpkin subscription period ends on the 10th of each month, and billing and shipping usually happens on the 11th. And they come from Utah, so it usually takes a little bit for me to get mine. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get all these pieces popped out. This looks like it's strawberries. Maybe not. Oh, I guess it's just all flowers, no fruit. Tells you what I know. So if you're here for my guest stamper, I apologize. She was with us most of the weekend, and today there was no school today for her, and she's gonna stay overnight again. So she was all excited about doing another video and then seems to have lost interest. So let's see what else we have here. So as I look at our instructions, this card, which is the one she was going to start with, will use this piece, I think. Oh no, that goes with this card. So that goes with that one. There's some more pieces around here, so let's figure this out. She was just kind of whipping stuff around. I'm going to leave these pieces all together because it actually looks like that's where they're going to sit on the card. So I want to hang on to those in order. Here's the card I think we need. And we're going to put these card bases. These are the pink shade. And that's going to go with this. We're going to do these sentiments with this one. And what else? Looks like these flowers are going to go with this one. Maybe she'll pop back in a few minutes. I feel bad that the title on this is Guest Stampers in the House. Well, she's in the house, but changed her mind. And I think people actually like to see the guest stamper because she can kind of be entertaining, more entertaining than me, I'm sure. And then this one, actually it looks like this one goes here. We can mix and match them however we want, but I like to kind of start out with them in the right place. So that's that one. Looks like there should be some more. All right, we've got envelopes. So these envelopes here that have a little plaid are going to go with these. This will make 9 cards. This one is going to go with those postage pieces. And that's going to come with these. And looks like this. And these pieces. And then this one is going to have this piece. Looks like that's just going to have these little white cards that are a little smaller. And that's so that the postage piece shows all the way around, is my guess. All right, and that's going to go here. Our ink spot is Poppy Parade. I'm going to go get the full-size Poppy Parade ink pad. And it comes with a stamp set. So we've got Sending Love, Airmail, You Brighten My Day, Just For You, and Happy Valentine's. And then like these postage seals maybe, that just says love all around it. So let me go get a full-size Poppy Parade. unfortunately, we didn't plan ahead. I thought she would be here for the long haul. All right, so these envelopes go here. Got another envelope here. So I think we're good to go. So our instructions are pretty good with these. When you open the flap, not this top piece usually, but this one here, tells you what parts and pieces you need for each project. All right, so for the one I'm working on, we need, looks like the white card, the postage piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and this one. So it looks like we were all sorted good here. And then these others I'm just going to set off to the side. We'll make some alternative cards probably, either later tonight or another day. Depends on how things go with having an 8-year-old in the house for another night that was not expected. All right, so when we get all of our parts and pieces sorted, we can then go to the instructions. So we've got Happy Valentine's is the first one. And we'll go ahead and get that on a block. And this will be the piece that we stamp it on. And then we're also going to stamp that postage cancellation stamp. And the seal, that love seal, is going to go down over here. So we'll just get all those ready. Now, especially when I'm using reds, I like to put Versamark on my stamp first, just to kind of prime it, I guess, and try to minimize the staining. Anytime we've got red hues in our inks, they will stain your photopolymer stamp. It doesn't do them any harm, but some people are bothered that the fact that, you know, they have pink stamps maybe when they're done doing a red. That's common. Don't think it affects your stamp at all. All right, so it's all good. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to use my full-size Poppy Parade. And let's go ahead and ink that up. Hopefully we'll get a good image. When I do the Versamark too, it's a sticky ink, and I think sometimes it just helps hold the other ink color in place for me, so I get a nice image. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. How's that? And then we're going to take this piece, and we've got that cancellation stamp. I think this is supposed to maybe look like a postcard going through the mail. We're going to do that up here. Hi, Bon Bon. Well, my granddaughter was here, and then she ditched me. She's like, I'm out. But since we had already started, I figured I'd keep going, because it looked like there were a couple people watching, but it looks like it might just be you at this point. But this is the January Paper Pumpkin Kit. It is called Special Delivery. All right, so I'm just going to do this one card really quick, and I can get my Pearson mat out of the way now. This is going to go here. I'm not sure that this one is quite my style, but it is what it is. This is going to go here, and this is going to go here. Not exactly my style. I'm almost thinking I want to leave that off. What do you think, Bon Bon? Do you like it with that gold? I don't know if that's supposed to be like a reflection pool or what that is. I'm not sure what the concept artist had in mind. But I almost think I like it better without. Maybe I should just follow the instructions and go with the process, right? You don't, oh, you don't like the flower. Yeah, it's different. Maybe if we added, hello, J. Ream. I believe you are new to my site, my channel. Thanks for popping in. What if we did a little blending on here? I'm going to use this scrap from yesterday. And I'm just thinking if we add a little color to this, I might like it better. What do you think of that? I think that makes a little bit of a difference there. And then I'm just going to try to blend in a little bit on the edges in, maybe. Jeanette, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I am not usually on this early, and I apologize that my guest stamper ditched me. She was here when we started. If you go back and watch the replay, she was here when we started. She was not feeling quite up to par today, so. All right. What do we think of the flower now with the extra color in there? Do we need a little bit more color, or do you think that's enough? And I don't know if my alcohol blends. Let's see. Let me get the blends too. Let's see what that does. And where are you watching from, Jeanette? I'm going to use the Light Poppy Parade. And I'm just going to kind of go along here a little bit. I might be ruining this, we'll see. And then I'm going to add some light Pretty in Pink. We'll try to soften that up a little bit, blend it in. We might have to cover that up. I don't know if that helped or not. You're from Arkansas. We have another gal that watches from Arkansas. I don't know if I like that. What do you think? Maybe I shouldn't have done it with Poppy Parade. Maybe I should have just done it with a pink. But I felt like it needed a little bit more dimension there somehow. Usually I'm on around midnight, just to keep the conversation rolling here. Usually I'm on closer to midnight as Late Night Lori. But because my granddaughter was here and I thought she was going to do a little stamping, I thought it would have worked. What do you think of that? Is that okay? Do you think that works? Maybe I should get some color lifter and lighten that up a little bit. Good thing it's only paper. So Bon Bon, you've heard me say this before, I actually feel like this should be a color pusher as opposed to a color lifter, because it seems more like it just pushes the ink around. You think that's working all right, Jeanette? Thanks. Yeah, so right now it is 7:09 p.m. for me because I'm in Wisconsin. All right, I think we'll try to leave well enough alone here and just let it be. At least for my eye, I think the extra blending helped a little bit. And maybe if I do just a little bit on top, we'll soften that up a little bit there too. All right, I'm done. I'm done coloring. All right, so the other thing then is, do we really want this gold piece on the back? And that's just a postcard. I'm not sure what those little white cards are for. Let's see if that shows in another segment. I saw somebody else who said they were a little confused as to why there were small cards. But I'm going to use it on the back of this just because I think it works to make it into almost like a note card. And again, my bone folder is someplace else, so we're just going to use an ink pad to burnish that. All right, so that coloring helped there a little bit. I do think it softened it up a little bit, blended it a little bit better, but I think it gives it a little bit more lift. Look at how it started to how it ended. Bon Bon, I love your honesty. Yeah, that's just, it's kind of plain. But, you know, for a quick and easy, simple card for somebody who likes everything choreographed, maybe it was fine. Yeah, this gold piece, plaid piece doesn't, it's really not doing anything for me. What about for you, Bon Bon? I'm not sure what the purpose of that piece is. Maybe if it were, I don't know, smaller or a different shape or something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to go with the card to me. So maybe we should just leave it off. I like that better. I hate to say it, you know, I don't want to offend any of the artists at Stampin' Up, but. And then this, if we look at this, let's go back to our instruction page for project number 1. Looks like our sentiment is just going to go like right over here. Okay. I think we'll do it without the, yeah. Thank you, Jeanette. I agree. We don't have to tell anybody, but it just, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand the look. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. So let's go ahead. We're going to put some dimensionals on here. Now the little ones come with the kit, and it tells us just to put 4 of them on there. And this piece is supposed to have tear and tape on it. We're going to skip that piece. And I'm still trying to figure out that. Oh, so here's the white card. Here, this has got to be the white card, goes to the back of the postcard, which is what we're doing. And then we put on the gold piece and that flower. So back to doing it our own way. We can go rogue if we want to, because it's my kit. And I think some of these elements are pretty. It's just kind of an odd combination. And I think I want some of these pieces up on dimensionals. It looks like they might be here. Well, it is, in fact. The instructions tell us dimensionals on all the leaves and the buds, and then dimensionals there. No glue dots came with the kit. They did give us some mini dimensionals, but I used full-size ones for that big flower. So let's just flip this over, and I'm going to use full-size ones for these leaves just because I can. And then we'll use some mini ones for these little flower buds. Those are probably rosebuds, huh? For Valentine's Day. All right. And let me grab, I'm gonna go get my take your pick tool. We were crafting earlier because I did have my Monday open studio time. I usually do that the third Monday of the month for those that are local to me. So I had all my stuff at the crafting table rather than here at my standing desk where I do my videos. And it is super cold here. What's the weather like? What's the weather like where you're at? It is frigidly cold here. Now I didn't put any kind of dimensionals here because we're going to be putting this right on top. Yeah, sometimes I'll cut my big dimensionals in half just because I think a mini one might be too small, but a full-size one is too big. I think I like it kind of like that. That looks kind of like right side up to me. Oh, my guest stamper's coming back. Maybe she's going to close out the card with us. Maybe not. Nope, she's shaking her head no. So this, I'm just going to put a dimensional on the far side of this. So I'm putting it on the right hand side, and then I'm just going to put a little dollop of glue on the other side here. So it's cold by you, but not quite as cold as us. We had single digit temperatures, and then I forgot to take the backing off of here. Luckily the glue had not set yet. But yeah, we had single digit temperatures today. And then with the wind, it makes it particularly cold. You coming back up or no? Okay. Guest stamper is back in the house. Careful, don't pinch your toes. All right, so guest stamper is back in the house. I'm gonna put this back out a little bit. So here's the card we ended up doing. Did your hand get in there? You got to do it kind of, there we go. We have a little delay here. So here's the last thing we have to do for this one. Riley, do you want to do that part? Do you want to, oh, we should probably stamp a little rose on the inside. What do you think of that? You don't want to stamp a rose, or you don't think a rose belongs in there?
I don't think a rose belongs in there.
Anybody else think a rose belongs inside? Riley apparently thinks not. So we'll just go with it. Do you want to put the tear and tape on here?
We haven't had single digit yet.
Yep.
Digits yet.
So that's Jeanette. She lives in Arkansas. We were just talking about the temperature. Oh. All right. So do you want to put the tear and tape on here? We just need to put 2 pieces on there, because this piece is going to go right on here. So my guest stamper is Riley. You want me to do it? My guest stamper is Riley, my 8-year-old granddaughter.
Finally 8.
Finally 8. Man, it's been a long year waiting to turn 8.
Yes, the whole year I had to wait.
And I'm going to put just a little extra tear and tape on here because I like it. Bon Bon said, hello. You're not usually up as late as Bon Bon crafts with me, because usually it's midnight and you're usually not here.
Yes, it would be
Pretty.
pretty.
So I think Jeanette thinks a rose on the inside would be pretty. Do you want to take the backing off or no? All right. So Riley felt a little under the weather today, so she's not sure how much participation she wants to have. But she loves to craft, so at least she made another appearance with us. And she is going to stay overnight again tonight. There was no school today, which is why she was here, but her mom didn't feel good today, so we're just going to keep her overnight and take her to school tomorrow. So here's that card. That's kind of cute. Without this, yep. So Bon Bon said hello to you, and Jeanette said hello to you. Thank you both. That made her smile. All right, so this piece, Riley, we're not going to use because none of us liked it. Yeah, Riley's giving the thumbs down also. Here, you can do the thumbs down that way. Thumbs down. All right, so maybe I'll save this. I mean, it's a nice piece of paper, but maybe for some other project. We'll put it back to a thumbs up in case anybody wants to give us a thumbs up when we're done. And I'm thinking I do want to put that little rose inside. And I think what I'm going to do, though, is... No, we'll do it in Poppy Parade. I was thinking we could do it in Memento Black, and then I guess I should put this on a block, huh? I was thinking we could do it in the Memento Black and then color it with alcohol blends. But then it would bleed through to the back of the, yeah. Riley knows what all of the things are. She does all of the things. So we're just going to put this in here. I think that's cute. I think that works. All right. And envelope for this one is the green one. So do we want to do maybe another rose on here at all, do you think? Or should we just be done? Oh, roses. Riley doesn't think there should be anything on the envelope.
There's enough roses.
There's enough roses. You're not a roses fan, huh?
I am a roses fan. But...
Okay. She's been dying to play with that YouTube thumbs up and thumbs down thing. All right. So, folks, I guess we're done for tonight. We're just going to do this one card. I will be back closer to midnight. Don't let his arm fall out of his sleeve. I'll be back closer to midnight. We'll play with some of these other cards and see what kind of things we can come up with for them. Let's close this ink up. All right. You have a great evening too, Bon Bon. Thanks for popping in with our little impromptu, and I'm glad our little happy stamper popped back in. And until next time. Oh, now Vicky's here. Oh, Vicky. So you're roses and butterflies. Okay, you can probably stop waving. She wanted to make sure everybody saw. So, Vicky, we just finished our little impromptu here, and Riley kind of started it out and left, and now she came back to do the very end of it. But I'll be back around midnight to do these other two cards. Until then, happy crafting, everybody.
Wow, that's a lot.
A lot of comments, huh?